Hello everyone and welcome to IT-KnowledgeBase. In this video lecture, I will talk about the Metasploit framework. Is a very powerful tool that can be used by cybercriminals as well as ethical hackers to probe systematic vulnerabilities on networks and servers. But when using Metasploit, you might wonder where you can start without feeling overwhelmed. But don't worry, I have got you covered. This Metasploit tutorial will break it down for you step by step in two parts. From understanding what exactly Metasploit is to set it up and exploring its various modules. I will guide you through every aspect of how to use Metasploit effectively and also learn how to launch an exploit. So if you've been searching for a detailed tutorial on using Metasploit, you've come to the right place. Let's dive in. Content to cover in this lecture. First, we will discuss about what is a Metasploit and about Metasploit has a modules, Metasploit's ranking system, Metasploit payloads, and then opening the Metasploit console, then searching for modules, using a module, launching an exploit, frequently asked questions, and then conclusion. So what is a Metasploit? Metasploit is classified as a penetration testing framework, originally written in Perl, but now onwards it's written in Ruby. It was created in 2003 by H.D. Moore and is currently owned and maintained by Rapid7. It is used mainly by penetration testers to identify vulnerabilities, execute exploits code, and run payload to compromise target systems. Metasploit has two versions, the free Metasploit framework and the paid Metasploit Pro. We will use the framework edition for this video series, which is already included in Kali and Parrot Linux. Metasploit has many benefits. It provides access to an extensive and continually growing database of exploits. The framework also includes a variety of payloads and a ranking system to gauge the effectiveness of exploits, and it's completely free and open source. Metasploit has a modules. A module is a component that executes specific operations such as scanning or exploiting a target. A module can be categorized into 7 types. Auxiliary, this is a non-exploit module like scanners and fuzzers that serves additional functionalities. Encoders, they encode the raw payload code to evade detection by antiviruses or other defenses. Different encoding algorithms are used like XOR, shuffle, prepend, etc. Evasions contains technique to generate payload that avoid detection. This helps payload bypass antiviruses and host-based security. Exploits, it takes advantage of software vulnerabilities like buffer overflows, SQL injection, etc. It allows execution of arbitrary code provided by the payload component. NOPs, used to pad buffer overflows for increased reliability. It contains inert instructions that perform no operations. Payloads get executed upon successful exploitation and perform tasks such as opening shells or escalating privileges. While many payloads initiate a Metasploit session, others might run code that perform action like adding user accounts. Host executed on compromised hosts after exploitation to gather data, maintain persistence, and pivot to other hosts. Metasploit ranking system. Module ranking indicates the reliability and likelihood of an exploit working and not crashing a target service or systems. Ranking helps determine how safely and effectively a module can be used. Excellent. This is the safest and most reliable. Use it as your first priority whenever you find it matches your target. It won't crash the target service, often assigned to exploit like SQL injection or CMD execution. Great is also very reliable. The exploit automatically chooses or verifies the right target without causing instability. Good ranking is reliable for commonly used software versions. Normal is also reliable but works only for a specific version of the target software and does not auto-detect that version. Average ranking, you might require patience. This is not very reliable and potentially hard to execute successfully. The last exploit rank is low. This is the least reliable. The chances of successful exploitation are below 50%. You may not get a successful penetration with this and might face some distress, but you may hit a try because we cannot ignore and keep trying to enter from any gapping door. Metasploit payloads. Now let's understand the difference between a bind and reverse shell and a stage versus non-staged payload. A bind shell is when the target machine opens a port and listens for an incoming connection from the attacking machine. A reverse shell is simply the reverse. The attacking machine opens a port and waits for the target machine to connect it. In most cases, for CTF and exams, you will want to use a reverse shell. A staged payload is delivered in stages and tends to be smaller and harder to detect. An example is Windows/Meterpreter/reverse_TCP. This is a staged payload comprises two parts of the stager. which establishes the connection and prepares the environment, and the stage, which delivers the actual payload. This is all done automatically. In contrast, a non-stage payload sends the entire payload at once, making it generally larger and easier to detect. An example of this is Windows/metaparator_reverse_TCP. Opening the Metasploit console, you can start Metasploit in Kali Linux in two different ways. At the time of this recording, Kali Linux is currently running version 2023.3. You can start Metasploit through the application menu, go to Application, then Exploitation tool, and click on Metasploit framework. Alternatively, you can open a terminal and start it by running the command msf console. Now let's switch to our Kali Linux and open the Metasploit from the Kali Linux GUI. Go to the application, click on Exploitation tool, and then click on Metasploit framework. Enter your sudo password. And here is your Metasploit and its terminal from the GUI. Type quit to exit and exit the terminal. And now open the same through the terminal. Open the terminal, type sudo and type msf console. Hit enter, type your sudo password. Now here is your msf console on the terminal. Now let's search some modules. You can use Metasploit's versatile built-in search functions to search for modules. As a basic example, let's say we want to search for the module that will help us exploit Eternal Blue, also known as Security Bulletin MS17 tag 010, which exploits vulnerabilities in Microsoft Server Message Block SMB protocol. You simply type in search and type Eternal Blue and hit enter. Metasploit will return any result that match the keyword of Eternal Blue. Metasploit also allows you to refine your searches by chaining multiple search filters together. For example, say you want to locate Windows exploit related to CVEs reported in 2023. You could enter the following search query that filters by CVE and its year, module type, and target platform like this. Type search, type CVE:2023, space, type :exploit, platform, :Windows. Now hit enter. Now you can see all the exploits and should give distinct attention to exploit ranks which have an excellent. Let's try some other useful search chains. Let's search Windows Post module with a normal ranking. Type search, type =post, space, platform, :Windows, space, rank, :normal. Hit enter. Here is our search result with normal ranking. Another search would be I would like to search the top Windows backdoor modules. Type search space name :backdoor space platform :Windows space rank :excellent. Hit enter. Here is our search result with excellent ranking. And another search could be scanner auxiliary module with a keyword of FTP. Type search, type auxiliary, space name :scanner space FTP. Enter. And now here is your auxiliary scanner modules with a keyword of FTP. And by the way, you can always refer to the help page for more information by entering the help space search inside the Metasploit. Type help space search. Hit enter. And here is a list of supporting search switches which you can use to refine your search precisely. Alright, that is the end of our part 1. In my next final part 2 of this series, I will show you some hands-on exploitation on intentionally created Metasploitable 2 VM. So don't miss this series. This is a very important whether you are a new learner, a security researcher, or a security tester and willing to perform CTF or intend to get trained and willing to appear for your certification. Principally, if you are learning ethical hacking, information security, or cyber security, all are equally emphasized for you to perform defensive and offensive hacking approaches, training, and tactics. Those who have a sporadic nature of learning like me should watch this video repeatedly. I will see you in the next part 2 of this series and I look forward to joining you through this lecture. Thank you.